Hello, you're tuning on the English news from Quảng Nam newspaper and radio television. I'm Lena, and here are the highlights. Ceremony announcing the inclusion of fraud knowledge about Ngọc Linh Di sản in the National Intangible Cultural Heritage List.
Allowing TACO to conduct field surveys and develop a project for production and processing of Ngọc Linh ginseng.
Lighten up the future for children with disabilities. On the evening of June 4th, 2025, Nam Trà My District in Quảng Nam Province solemnly held a ceremony to announce the decision by the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism to officially recognize fraud knowledge about Ngọc Linh ginseng as part of Vietnam's National Intangible Cultural Heritage. The event was attended by Mr. Quang, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, along with leaders of provincial department, Nam Trà My district authorities, and a large number of local ethnic minority people.
The recognition of folk knowledge about Ngọc Linh ginseng as a national heritage marks a significant milestone, acknowledging the invaluable repository of traditional knowledge that local communities, especially the Sedang ethnic group, have distilled, preserved, and passed down through generations. This knowledge ranges from identifying ginseng in remote forests to techniques in cultivation, care, harvesting, processing, and using the plant as a precious medicinal herb. It stands as a vivid testament to the harmony between humans and nature, as well as between culture and traditional medicine. Authorized by the Ministries of Culture, Sport and Tourism, Mr. Thành, Director of the Quảng Nam Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism, presented the official decisions to include folk knowledge about Ngọc Linh ginseng in the National Intangible Cultural Heritage List. The announcement ceremony was not only an occasion to recognize and celebrate this priceless cultural heritage, but also a collective commitment by the Nam Trà My community to continue protecting and promoting the value of the heritage. It symbolized the pride and aspiration of artisans and local residents to bring Ngọc Linh ginseng further afield, not just as a precious product, but as a cultural icon embodying the spirit of the Great Highlands.
Recently, Vice Chairman of the Quảng Nam Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Quang, chaired a working session with the Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism, along with other relevant departments, agencies, and localities to discuss the organization of activities for the International Ngọc Linh Ginseng Festival 2025 in Quảng Nam Province. The International Ngọc Linh Ginseng Festival 2025 will carry the theme Ngọc Linh Ginseng, Vietnam's Ginseng, Connecting Values, Affirming Vietnamese Brand. According to the plan, the opening ceremony will take place on August 4, 2025 at Mart 24 Square in Tam Kỳ City. Within the framework of the festival, a variety of activities and events will be held, including a cultural exchange performance program, a marathon or trail running race, an exhibition and culinary spike, and a certificate seminar titled Ngọc Linh Ginseng from National Product to Global Brand. In addition, supporting activities for the festival will include organizing farm trips, press trips, and a tourism development conference in the Ngọc Linh ginseng region, as well as various tourism promotion and advertising campaigns related to the festival. At the meeting, the Department of Culture, Sport and Tourism reported that it is currently coordinating with relevant departments and agencies to continue implementing their assigned tasks. It is also working with units and businesses to carry out festival activities. The department has submitted recommendations to the Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism to approve the organization of the International Ngọc Linh Ginseng Festival 2025. The People's Committee of Quảng Nam Province has approved the proposal by Truyen Group Joint Stock Company Tackle to conduct field surveys and develop a process for the production and processing of ngọc linh ginseng and medicinal herbs in several districts, including Nam Trà My, Bắc Trà My, and Phú Sơn district.
This decision is based on the Memorandum of Understanding on Investment Cooperation signed between the People's Committee of Quảng Nam Province and Truyen Group at the conference on the implementation of the Prime Minister's decision approving the project, development and establishment of a medicinal herb industrial hub in Quảng Nam Province with ngọc linh ginseng as the key crop. Accordingly, the provincial authorities have agreed in principle to allow THACO to conduct field surveys and prepare a project for the production and processing of ngọc linh ginseng and other medicinal herbs in the aforementioned district. The People's Committee of Quảng Nam has requested THACO to develop a detailed plan for the survey. Relevant local departments and agencies are also tasked with coordinating, supporting, and creating unfavorable conditions for the company to complete the survey and project planning on schedule.
In celebration of International Children's Day, June the 4th, the Quảng Nam Provincial Association for People with Disabilities, in collaboration with the Department of Health and Medical Vietnam, organized the program connecting and engaging children with disabilities at the Quảng Nam Center for Victims of Agent Orange, Dioxin, and People with Disabilities.
This event is part of the project titled Rehabilitation and Quality of Life Improvement for Children with Disabilities in Quảng Nam Province for the 2024 to 2026 period. The event attracted over 350 participants, including 150 children with disabilities and their parents from the districts of Núi Thành, Hiệp Đức, Tiên Phước, and Tam Kỳ City. The highlight of the program was a series of lively activities, including a creative drawing contest, theme inclusion, connection, love, as well as group games such as balloon sandwich and freeze dance. The program aims to strengthen bonds between children and their parents, foster a supportive community among families of children with disabilities, and encourage to share experiences in caregiving and upbringing. Through this initiative, the organizer also hoped to inspire wider community involvement in protecting, caring for, and nurturing children, especially those with disabilities, thus improving their quality of life.
Recently, on the occasion of International Children's Day, June the 4th, we also mark the beginning of Action Month for Children 2025. The campaign has adopted the theme, Prioritize Resources to Achieve Goals for Children. Ladies and gentlemen, a project aimed at improving the quality of life and supporting the rehabilitation of 25 to 30 children with intellectual and cognitive disabilities, including those with Down syndrome, autism, and some with physical impairments, has been implemented in Phú Ninh district since March this year. The project, which spans 4 years, is seen as a continuation of early integration opportunities and a beacon of hope for children in difficult circumstances in this underprivileged area.
5 years ago, the Early Intervention and Special Education Program for Children of Varying Needs, part of the Phú Ninh District Child Development Program sponsored by Child Care Vietnam, based in Phú Thịnh Town, Phú Ninh District, was launched. Coincidentally, this was also when teacher Trần Thị Thu Thanh gave birth to her first child. Unfortunately, the child was diagnosed with developmental delays and has a speech delay, while the family faced financial difficulties. Miss Thanh turned to this warm home to find hope for her beloved child. Over time, while accompanying her child, Miss Thành, who had just graduated in early childhood education, was also offered a position at the center. I study early childhood education. My son used to be diagnosed with autism and he is now 7 years old. He received support from this program and has made great progress. I was fortunate to be offered a job here and having the opportunity to accompany both my child and other little ones. I feel truly happy. After more than 3 years, Miss Thanh sons, who initially showed sensory and developmental disorders, has made remarkable progress and is now attending the first grade. This is a boundless choice for the young mother, witnessing her child's transformation day by day and walking the journey alongside him. At the Phu Ninh District Child Development Center, sponsored by Child Care Vietnam, children with autism spectrum disorder are gradually shrinking every day. Now entering its 5th year, the program has brought new hope to families with autistic children in the area. Currently, the center supports 24 children with autism, aged 3 to 18. Of these, 12 children are in the early intervention groups, aged from 3 to 7, while the rest participate in the special education program. Through our intervention programs, the children have shown significant improvement. This has been confirmed by feedback from parents whose children are participating in the Child Care Vietnam program. The program has received great support and encouragement from the Phu Ninh District People's Committee. What we are doing not only helps students with disabilities integrate into society, but also empowers parents to support their children at home. In addition to early intervention during the golden period for cognitive development and rehabilitation, the center also organized training sessions for parents on how to assist their children at home. They help connect parents with support groups and experts so they can gain the knowledge and experience needed to accompany their children. Currently, the center uses a combination of individual and group intervention models to support children's cognitive, communication, language, and attention development. And so, at the home of the Phu Ninh District Child Development Program, thanks to the dedication of the teachers and the resilience of these title warriors, new fairy tales are being written every day, lighting up the future for children with disabilities.
We had to wrap up our news for today. Please update it with the latest news by following us on social media and visiting our website qrt.vn. Thank you for joining us and see you next time.